Have you ever felt like you've accomplished nothing all day? Yet you're exhausted both physically and mentally. Your mind replays the day's conversations, repeatedly wondering which words you've said inappropriately. You mentally rehearse upcoming meetings, imagining every possible scenario. This invisible mental drain is often more exhausting than physical exertion. Yet, you often notice that some people around you seem perpetually energetic. It's not that their lives are uneventful, but rather that no matter what challenges they face, they quickly resolve them and continue to move forward steadily. They seem to possess a superpower that automatically blocks out distracting thoughts. When faced with a difficult problem, our instinctive reaction is often to experience a variety of emotions: anxiety, uneasiness, and fear. This is normal and serves as a warning of potential danger. However, different people respond to these signals in very different ways. Weak people often become trapped by these emotions, ruminating on their anxieties, exacerbating their inner restlessness, and amplifying their fears with their imaginations. As a result, the emotions themselves become more problematic than the problem itself. They devote all their energy to feeling the problem rather than solving it. It's like a car stuck in a quagmire. Instead of looking for planks to block the way or seeking help, they sit inside, feeling the despair of the car sinking and complaining about the difficulty of the quagmire. Eventually, the fuel runs out, the lights run out, night falls, and the car remains stuck. Strong people, on the other hand, are completely different. They acknowledge their emotions but don't dwell on them. When anxious, they analyze the source of their anxiety. When agitated, they find other ways to calm themselves. They understand that the value of emotions lies in providing a reminder, not in dwelling on them. Once the emotional alarm goes off, they quickly shift their focus from "I'm so upset" to how to solve it. Their goal isn't to soothe their emotions, but to complete the task that triggered them. Once the task is accomplished, the emotion naturally dissipates. They don't dwell on the quagmire, but rather seek a way out and keep moving forward. Have you ever met someone like this? When a task fails, their first reaction isn't to reflect on their mistake, but to share their struggles and efforts with those around them. What they crave isn't improvement, but comfort and understanding from others that you've worked hard. It's not your fault. People who live in their emotions often prioritize gaining emotional empathy over achieving practical results in their world. Personal feelings are paramount. To justify these feelings, they may co-opt others, belittle others, and even distort the facts. When someone becomes obsessed with arguing about right and wrong they've often strayed from the path of problem solving. Arguing about right and wrong is essentially an outlet for emotions, an attempt to prove that my feelings are correct. However, things don't automatically get better. Strong individuals, on the other hand, experience grievances and resentment, but they understand that these emotions are unhelpful in resolving the problem. Instead of complaining and seeking understanding, they should invest their time in correcting mistakes and moving forward. They understand that, in the adult world, results are more important than attitude. Mature individuals actively abandon the habit of complaining, understanding that gaining sympathy is the weakest form of self-consolation, while solving problems is the most powerful form of self-affirmation. They don't dwell on "should I be sad" but focus solely on what to do next. This focus on results allows them to filter out numerous distractions and focus undividedly on their goals. Those chronically driven by emotion often rely heavily on external feedback for their self-worth. A single compliment can send them ecstatic, basking in a day of euphoria. A single criticism can plunge them into a deep, lingering cycle of self-denial. Their life trajectory is like a rudderless boat, tossed and turned by the waves of external judgment. A single setback equates to a complete failure. A minor oversight can mean "I'm worthless." They are easily defined by the outcome of an event, losing their independent sense of self-worth. However, those who focus on the actual outcome construct their self-worth in a completely different way. Their sense of worth stems not from a single success or failure but from the ongoing process of being in action. Their identity is deeply rooted in the hard work they put in, the skills they accumulate, and the value they create. A person's true strength lies not in the extent of their control but in the extent to which those things no longer sway their emotions and judgment. A failure, For them, it's simply a new challenge to face, a lesson to be learned, not a final verdict on their abilities. Their self-perception, gradually honed through countless tasks accomplished and challenges endured, remains solid and unwavering. This robust self-perception grants them a precious freedom. Freedom from the constraints of others' judgment and the limitations of momentary gains and losses. They understand that their worth doesn't need to be validated by the judgment of others or the outcome of a single event. Their essence lies in their daily persistence and hard work.